Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. Uh, I'm Fletch, and I'm going to be playing a horrible little child detective named Camille, and joining me is my wonderful, lovely, extremely talented friend.
You just made me Hi, everybody. I'm Mira. I will be playing the other horrible idiot detective boy, Sammy Satomi, who I shake very much.
Yeah, he's. It's been a time. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Uh, it's fine.
Yep,
There,
totally
just
fine.
yeah, it's fine. As a precaution, this is probably going to be high angst considering what they're talking about, but that's life sometimes. Hopefully, they do actually talk about things.
I am so hoping they actually talk about
Yeah, and
things.
okay. So, to set the scene, Camille's probably still stuck on bed rest right now. Azumi is in his usual spot, which is to say completely passed the fuck out in the chair. Uh and it's probably been a few days. Uh Sammy, what are you up to?
He is currently trying to sneak out of his room to visit a certain little detective's room. Oh, that's an unnatural 21. Yay. He is doing a really good sneak.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you got this. You've got a Phantom Thief brother. Of course, you're gonna pick up some good stealth tips. So you just slip on past the nurse's station and the sight of everyone passing by.
He's going to be very quietly opening the door and peeking his head in.
Alright, let me roll to see if Camille's awake, because I think that's funny. Okay, yeah, he is.
I feel like as soon as Camille notices Sammy, there's gonna be a pointing Spider-Man meme.
Let's see. That's. Yeah, yeah. That was perception.
Yeah, no,
Sammy
you
noticed.
immediately see Sammy.
Yeah. My horrible little detective and his horrible little mods. Uh, and yeah, say um he's probably got his hat on again since people really seem to like just dropping by, and he does want to keep at least some secrets from the most of the people here. Uh, but yeah, his eyes snap over to you, and he immediately just points.
Sammy pointing because you.
There's just a very there's just very much they don't even have to say it out loud. You.
Yeah, they both know why he's here.
uh, yeah. Other than pointing, he looks like he's not really going to say anything until you make your move.
All right. Uh, one thing about Sammy is that he does not like playing 4D chess like everybody else seems to. So he's just gonna kind of walk into the room, shut the door quietly because he doesn't want to wake up Azumi, and just kind of very quickly with long his legs that are longer than Camille's his legs eat up the distance between him and the and Camille, where Camille's like still on the bed, and like he just and I'm gonna just really quickly see if Sammy can actually keep his voice in undertone. Uh, okay, with a 23, uh, I feel like he does manage to keep his voice low enough that he doesn't wake up Azumi and goes, Camille, what the heck were you thinking?
Camille is just.
Jumped out of a window!
He's staring. He's glaring back at you like, you don't get to ask me that. I get to ask you that.
I mean, fair, but a window? I was expecting you to, I don't know, sneak off into a hallway or something, wait for a little bit, give me a signal, and then I was like, start a ruckus, and then you could just sneak out.
Well, we
But
didn't.
no! You jumped out a window!
We didn't exactly have a lot of options.
By
Like,
this point, I feel like Sammy's like kind of sat himself on the edge of the bed.
yeah. There is plenty of room. This is made for like an adult-sized person, and he is very
Yep.
much not that size.
Nope. And he kind of glances at Azumi and then turns back to Camille and goes in an even lower undertone, Sam, you could have died.
Alright, let's see. Okay. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. That's good. Yeah. He does stiffen at the use of that name, and he kind of takes a deep breath like, it's. I knew what I was doing, okay? I just landed badly.
Yeah, I I just seeing you in the park, I got really scared. And he is gonna roll insight on that stiffening. Oh, that's a 13,
Uh,
my boy, buddy.
yeah, you just know that you don't know why, but you notice it sets him on edge.
I even before I had the light bulb moment, I considered you a friend. Finding out we had a lot more in common is both cool and also kind of terrifying. Because um, Harada and my brother and I talked. Um, and it turns out that doing the stuff that we did, it's Arata called it brave, but I think other people would call it stupid.
Uh, Camille kind of gets like a little um. It's not a happy smile, but like a little smile on his face as he's just like, yeah, that is what Shiro called it.
Sammy nods and then my Camille, if you're more comfortable with me calling you Camille with other people in the room, or however I don't know what's going on there. I can tell you're a little on edge when I said you know whose name addressed to you. Um,
He very slowly nods, like, yeah, as as long as I'm like this, I would prefer the name Camille.
I am gonna have Sammy roll. That's not the thing I wanted. Discord.
Do
Okay.
your
He is gonna
insight.
he's gonna do another insight just to see if he can. Oh,
Hey,
that's an
dirty
unnatural
20.
20. Okay, yay!
Yay! um, yeah, I I will not roll deception because that would be really mean.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's. It's hard for you to pin down why exactly that is, but you get the feeling that's because Camille himself doesn't really know why that is. Um, you get the feeling that he assumes it's because of, the fact that, like, you assume that, like, there's probably some consequences to anyone overhearing that name and putting two and two together. But there's a weird underlying emotion that he doesn't quite know, and you probably don't quite know, because of that.
She kind of pauses and he I feel like the tidbit that like he like that kind of pricks his like attention is like just because he is a voice cleric, and his I'm flavoring it as like he was able to kind of read Camille's voice a little bit, and the color of his voice was a little wonky. So he was just kind of like tucking that away. I still
Yeah.
have a question I want to ask. Because he's coming from this as Arata talked to him about his own mental state, and now he's really concerned for Camille because if Sammy has these motivations, what was Camille's motivations?
Yeah.
And Sammy kind of just he nods in response to what Camille said, and then takes a deep breath and goes, "The reason why I chased after you, Camille, and gave myself up to try and take your place is I personally don't feel like a person. I feel like I'm what they think of me. But what was your reason? Why did you do it?"
Yeah, Camille's kind of looking up at you, and he is very much tucking that away for later, because he's not about to. He also wants to talk to you about that one, um, but he pauses, like, I'm. People wouldn't exactly have let me help otherwise, considering what kind of case it was. And to be honest, don't want anyone else to get kidnapped, and I thought that I was the best option for bait, considering I'm not really. And he gestures to himself.
You're still 16. No. You're you still fall under the category of kid. I may be 18. I may be. No, I may. Mira glitched.
I pat you.
I may be 19, 3 years older than you, but we're not adults, Camille. We're really not. And a lot of the good adults would never want you to go through that.
16 is still better than 6. I'm used to dealing with those kinds of high stress situations. I can keep my head in them. And he does give you a kind of pointed look.
Sammy kind of winces at that, but he also kind of buckles down and goes, "This sort of thing isn't healthy, Camille. Even if it's better than an ordinary kid, you're still a kid. You went through something very traumatic. And don't lie to me and say that it wasn't traumatic. You got hurt so bad. And you had to face the potential. We both did. We had to face the potential that our planning, our reckless behavior, going to have us sent off to who knows where. And that we'd never be able to see the people we cared about again. So don't lie to me and say that this is something that's okay, because it wasn't. We're both not okay, Camille. And I'm not just talking about physically. We both got really hurt doing the stupid stuff we did. And just because we thought we could handle it doesn't mean that we didn't have to.
Oh, honey. Uh. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
that was a 6.
Yeah. Ugh. And the device have been so mean on his whiz saves lately. Um. Yeah. Camille. He. He looks away from you, and I'm. You don't have to roll insight for this. His body language is a lot more closed off now. As he's just. He might be similar in a lot of ways, Sammy, but I handle that kind of stuff. I've walked away from worse.
Don't shut me out. Don't. Please don't do that, Sam. And he says it nearly a whisper.
Eh. Eh. He looks back over at you. Like I said, it's Camille.
I know that you're technically. You know, I'm scared that you're hurting yourself somehow with this split. I think there's something up. I don't know what, but your voice did something weird earlier when you were trying to set that boundary. I didn't mean to cross it, but Camille, why do you not like being called Sam? Besides hiding. Because I don't think it's just you hiding.
Well, to put it simply, it's unsafe. If anyone heard me get called that, if anyone heard you calling me that, and the wrong people put the right thoughts together, it, Sammy, it would not end well for anyone involved with me.
Camille, that's not what I asked. That's you hiding. I understand the hiding. But I think there's something else that's also bothering you.
Alright. Shakes him violently. Oh. He's okay. He's kind of just giving you a flat stare. Shakes him. God, why must you be this way? I'm telling you reasons that I know. If you think that there's something else there, then fine. But I personally don't see anything.
Is it alright if I roll intelligence to see if Sammy can, like, make a leap of logic?
Sure. I will say I'm also kind of limited by Camille, because I'm currently, like, rattling around his emotional state and trying to fish something out of there. Alright.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Okay.
do you think a 17 is enough?
Alright. What are you trying to piece together with that 17?
He's kind of, holding up a 16-year-old Sam from before and current Camille. Because, Camille did say currently, and, like, it kind of implied as he was now.
Mhm.
So I'm like, do you think that would be enough of a leap for Sammy to kind of go, do you not feel like he's like trying to feel out if like Camille doesn't feel like he has the right to be considered Sam right now because he's tiny? Because that's what he's thinking, if you
Um,
allow me.
I think okay, with that 17, um, you probably can uh it's not so much that he feels he doesn't deserve to be Sam. It's more that um he's had half a year to build up the Camille identity and half a
Hmm.
year to not have been Sam. There's sort of a mental wall between the two of them. Uh, and the reason why he says currently is because he is planning on going back to being Sam one day. Uh, at least that's what he thinks.
Hmm. Sammy's just sitting here and going, then why not get used to being called Sam in private? He doesn't understand the resistance besides the fact that Azumi is asleep. And he doesn't know that Azumi knows.
Oh, I hold him so very gently.
Like, he's just. Camille can clearly see him, like, there's like this little thought bubble as he's like trying to connect dots, but the dots aren't fully connecting, and he's just. Okay, besides the fact that you're. That. I don't know if Detective Azumi knows whatever the pack is going on and everything, because you haven't fully under. I know that there's something dangerous, that there's something that turned you small. And also you I didn't mention this in the cell, but your blood had a really weird iridescent sheen to it, and I don't know if that's because of half tune or interesting design choice question mark. I don't know if that's also part of the whole entire shrinkage deal package, or if it's just one of your inherent half tune things. Because I don't even know what kind of half tune you are, considering a lot of real kind can be in different shapes and sizes, and so can tunes and
Oh, Sammy. Oh,
all
I
of
hold
that.
him.
He's
Oh,
trying to be accepting, okay?
oh, I hold him. Um, Camille, he just he listens to your ramble and shakes his head like, no, that wasn't there before I shrunk. It, I'm admittedly there's not a lot of leads other than the fact that it's somehow this isn't magic.
Sammy nods. And Fletch, I have a horrible, horrible idea.
Oh boy, I chin hands at you.
I turn hands at you back because Sammy right now still has detect poison and disease.
Oh my gosh.
He still has that prepared.
Oh my gosh. uh, I say do it.
All right.
uh,
Sammy is. He's like,
also send me the spell so I can figure out how to flavor this.
of course, of course. Let me pull up his sheet, get to his spells really quick because I gotta look at it myself. where is it located? Here we go. He the reason why he's gonna cast this, in all honesty, is he's just kind of like squinting, and he like kind of in the back of his head, he's just like, I wonder if it's some kind of disease.
Oh.
That's one of the reasons why he's gonna do it. And he pulls out from his hammer space, which is just pulling out from his hospital gown sleeve, is a yew leaf, and he kind of just points it. He just holds it really and casts the spell Detect Poison and Disease. And
Alright.
it for the duration, you can sense the presence and location of poisons, poisonous creatures, and diseases within 30 feet of you. You also identify the kind of poison, poisonous creature, or disease in each case.
Okay. Alright, I think I know how to flavor this. Yeah, you cast that, and, you suddenly, it's not just a little bit, it's Camille's entire self that kind of now has that iridescent sheen to it. And, since, let's see. And, since Sammy also tends to be sensitive to the smell of, stuff, would poison count, or would this more be, or would it only be if it was magic?
I feel like it would only be if it were magic.
Alright. So yeah, you don't smell anything. You do see that iridescent sheen around Camille, and you can sense that you're what you're sensing is not poison, nor is it a disease. You are sensing a poisonous creature. And you can identify that poisonous creature as Camille.
Just for the rule of funny, Sammy's just gonna kind of pick up Camille and go, did they splice you with a poisonous frog?
Did they.
Is that why you're tiny?
What?
You're reading as a poisonous creature. Does that mean if you bit me that wait no, I think that's venomous.
I, okay, wait, backtrack one moment. I'm what?
A poisonous creature apparently detect poison and disease. I was making sure you weren't sick. This is something that that his shading is completely gray. By the way, he is so confused.
Camille's also so confused. He's. You can actually. He doesn't really show the that side of his heritage a lot, because usually he takes himself entirely too seriously. Uh, but you can actually see the little cog spinning above Camille's head as he tries to process this. He's.
Also, you like were radiating all the shimmery iridescent stuff that I saw in your blood. So,
He's just got his hands clasped in front of his face, like, I cannot tell you. If anything, I would have thought that it was. Uh, he's. He's taking a moment, okay? He's had a lot of revelations in the past few days, one of which, this is up there with the whole infinite teeth bit.
so kind of gently sets Camille back down, and then like he starts kind of pacing in front of the bed with like his hand on his chin, and he goes, "I wonder if like you weren't poisonous before the shrinkage, right?"
I would. No.
Okay, so if you weren't poisonous before the shrinkage, whatever made you poisonous frog, uh,
I.
just hmm. What if you can synthesize whatever's in your blood and separate it from the blood, and then maybe we could reverse it somehow, and maybe you could be big again? There are like little
Camille's.
gears going above Sammy's head.
Yeah, Camille's having a time. He's just like. He's still kind of trying to process this because Um, there is a very big difference from still having poison in you and being a poisonous creature. Um, and he's just, I, okay, slow down. I, he's having a moment. Come on, buddy. It's fine. He's just, I guess part of the side effect of the poison was that. I just thought it was the shrinking, but
So the poison made you poisonous. That kind of makes a little bit more sense, but how would it. He like mimes shrinking.
oh, I we're not entirely sure. It I don't really remember too much of that.
Mhm. Sammy nods and then just kind of goes, and if since especially since it wasn't magic, it was a poison. That sounds like it hurt a lot. And like he just kind of like mimes like the big small and then just kind of winces because crunch.
Yeah. Uh let's see. Oh no. Yeah, Camille was trying to say like he was trying to play it off like it really wasn't that bad. But that is a big fat lie and it is not at all convincing.
Sammy just kind of whirls around and like points at Camille and goes, "Don't lie to me. That shit hurt. Don't, don't try to. Down- Why do you feel the need to downplay it?
I'll
Wait, why do you keep wanting to downplay things that bother and hurt you? Yeah, someone or you may have had worse, but it still is pain.
I know how to deal with my own pain just fine. I
I'm not saying you don't have. Just because you can deal with it doesn't mean you have to do it alone. I think this experience has shown both of us that you need to reach out. You. Why aren't you reaching out, Camille?
frankly I've done more than enough reaching out in these past few days. But I'm
A text when you weren't back at a certain time isn't exactly what I call reaching out. Yeah, had a backup plan and let us know, but I learned from this, and I hope that you would have been smart enough to learn this from this experience too. Uh, Even if we get shot down, maybe there was a reason why the idea got shot down in the first place. And if we have a team who backs us up, if we have people who back us up and are in our corner, they might be able to give us a better idea that we wouldn't have thought on our own. Heck, you could have had a tracker on you that we could have been able to know exactly where you were, and we could have just dunk slammed them all into prison if
Would
you
you
hadn't
really
gone alone.
have let you perceived as a 6-year-old walk in there? Even with a tracker? Even with backup?
I would have made sure to have every contingency. I would have, Camille, I would have been on scene with you, hiding, so you wouldn't have even had to be in a cell. That's what I would have done. I would have gladly punched Rose in the face right in front of that restaurant. Also, her magic stinks!
Camille,
I'm never looking at perfumed roses again.
Camille snorts at that, and does smile before it drops again, like, that wasn't the question, Sammy. The question was, you and everyone else thought I was 6. Would you have let me gone along regardless? Or would you have just given me a little pat on the head and say, good job, kid, and then shut me out?
Look, Camille. I, you know, when I was. There's something he wants to say. He looks at you seriously and goes, there's a reason why people are worried about a 6-year-old. And there is a relief knowing that you're actually 16. But you you do realize that there is a perception about. I'm trying to word this.
Words hard, I pat you.
Because, like, Camille, do you want to be treated like you're 16 still?
And he is silent for a while before he's just. It was a lapse in judgment.
Thing is, Camille, if you want to be treated 16 instead of the perceived 6-year-old, you're at least going to need to open up to the people you're working with that you are 16. Because otherwise, you're going to run up into these roadblocks of people being rightfully concerned about a 6-year-old, and he puts the 6-year-old in quotation marks. Because even if you weren't half Toon or Frankenelli or closer to human aging or whatever, you're gonna need to open up at the fact that you're not that you are capable enough. You know what? You are capable. Even before I knew your true age, you are capable. We met on a kidnapping case, and you were the one to hold more calm than me. So, I don't know if I would have let you go alone and play bait, but that's mainly for the fact that you didn't try in the first place to ask. I don't know what I would have done, Camille, because it didn't happen. You took that choice and that opportunity for us to talk it over and figure out if that was a good plan or not. You took that away from all of us. Heck, I took away my own party's ability to choose about what they wanted to do and how to get you back. So I don't know how I would have treated you before I figured things out, because it didn't happen. But I can say, with the knowledge I have now, I would be in the shadows of that alley, ready to smack some mother peckers over the head with you. And that's what I know now.
Ah. 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 Uh,
I am
man.
afraid of that 9 whiz save.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, he's, as you talk to him, um, he slowly goes from his frustration and anger to calm.
I'm rolling insight. Oh, buddy, I am so terrified. Oh, that's a 12!
I'm so
Vice Master,
sorry.
why? Oh, no! Oh, no!
Uh,
Sammy can't even beat that with the. Oh, Sammy can't even beat that if he rolled with advantage.
I'm
Oh,
head in
Camille,
hands.
buddy.
God, I hate this boy. I hate this boy so much. Um can't. Camille. God, I. I look away. God, I did not expect him to. Why are your whiz saves like this, buddy? Why are your whiz saves like this?
Can you please do advantage? Because Sammy just poured out his heart to Camille. I don't know what other answer he could give to make this better.
Unfortunately, Sammy pouring out his heart is why Camille had to make the whiz save.
Mother Pecker,
I'm.
buddy, just accept that people care about you.
Yeah, every time I do a whiz save, it's me trying to strong arm him back into, you know, doing things and.
Mm-hmm.
But no, no, he's like, I'm going to roll low. And I'm like, cool. Are you going to roll low on your deception too? And he's like, no, I'm going to get a 26. And it's like, okay, this is. I shake you.
No,
Uh.
you know what? Well, wait, no, actually, I can't. I can't invoke Sammy's special ability as a voice cleric, his divine channel divinity to like read someone, because that's a pecking 26.
You want me to roll with this for you?
Sure,
Uh,
sure, please. Camille, I
I'm.
hope you roll really bad.
I'm so fucking sorry for my boy. I'm.
Okay, okay. Let's hope he dice parser his dice and gives us a nat 20.
No!
Point off!
Oh!
1 point off for
Oh!
the audience. That deception was a 24. I got a 23.
I'm crying. Uh, uh, I will say with it that high, you can't read Camille, but you can probably sense that something's wrong because you can't read him. Um,
Okay, yeah, I feel like that's enough because he's just gonna point at Camille and go, no, don't. Camille, please just talk to me. Please. Don't do this. Don't shut us out. Don't shut me out. Please. What do you need to hear? What do you need? What can we do to help?
okay, okay, okay. Maybe we can start to work with this. Okay. Um, cool. That's an 18.
Oh, thank
Okay.
goodness. Dice,
Okay.
please be nice.
Okay.
Please be nice.
And he just lets out a sigh. He's still closed off. He's at least not trying. He's at least not still in his baby act. 'Cause you already know, and but he is very, very still. And because you were a fan of Sam, I'll give you this. You Sam was never like this. Sam was a very, very different person from who's sitting in front of you right now. Even when Camille wasn't in the throes of a mental shutdown and was actually talking and interacting with you, he's a far cry from who Sam was. Because Sam was. He. I'm grabbing this and I'm running. Because, boy, um, I'm so sorry to Avi. uh, I please do self care, Avi, please. Sam was very much a very much a 16-year-old. He was by no means perfect. He kind of obviously did play things up for the camera when he was famous, and had a bit of an ego and liked to brag about what he did. Uh, Usually it was deserved, considering the fact that he was a 16-year-old detective who started at 13. Um, but outside of that, Sam was also just incredibly dorky and ready to engage with basically anyone. Uh, he was very much a person who felt like he could have been open if you had ever met him. Uh, and then I gesture at Camille. So, yeah, that's fun. And Camille, he, back in the present, he just sighs, like, it's, I just need to solve this case and have it be over with.
The case that shrunk you, right?
He nods.
Then, if you need it to be solved, for it to be over, will you let us help you?
Not exactly being given a choice in the matter. And he looks over at Azumi.
Yeah, he's very determined, considering some things that I know about him.
Yeah, we had a talk.
So he knows then?
Camille nods.
And Camille, you see Sammy relaxed. Good. And honestly, Camille,
Yeah?
the more detectives on this case, I think it's going to be the better. Because I know you're worried about danger. And this whole entire plot line screams of danger. But I think all of us are going to be in danger anyways, so why not just jump in with our eyes open? You know?
Okay. Okay. Mm. Mira. Mira.
Oh.
Uh, yeah,
We had one good roll, and then it immediately slid back into the low digits.
God, man,
Do you want to try Dice Parser?
I don't. I, I'm. I just have my head in my hands. It's fine. It's fine. I expected him to get a low roll on this one anyways. 'Cause, hey, Sammy,
Yeah.
you know that Sam's mom was a detective too, right?
Oh, pecking. No. No. No, buddy. Oh, buddy.
Yeah,
Oh, buddy.
yeah, he just is a slight shake of his head, like, I'm, you know, that things would be easier if more people were on it. And I do have people on it now, but
I feel like Sammy would realize this because of his own history with fire.
yeah. Yeah, Sammy, you, considering your own history and, considering the fact that you were a fan of Sam, that news breaking out probably hit you pretty close to home, huh?
Mm-hmm. It's one of the reasons why he never forgot Sam, honestly. He
You,
was always like in the back of his mind as he was investigating small things. He, it was always in the back of his mind, the similarities.
yeah. So, he, and you don't have to do, insight for this one. I'll just give you this. Camille looks
Ew.
so incredibly guilty right now.
Sammy actually kneels on the floor, so he is eye level with Camille, and he reaches out and takes Camille's hands in his. It's not your fault. None of this is your fault, Camille. It's not your fault, Sam. And I know you don't want to be called him right now, but I think there's some part of you that needs to hear that it wasn't Sam's fault for surviving.
Okay, come on. Okay, this one is low, but it's good because it's okay. Camille, he holds on a bit tighter, and he's. You can feel that there is a very slight tremble, and she would have known what to do.
She was a really great detective. And I'm so sorry that she's not here right now. But it's not your fault. And we're gonna help you solve this, Camille. For you, for her, and whoever else they hurt. Okay?
be honest, I would still prefer if you would just get about all of this, but I the last 2 times didn't work, so why would the third?
I'm sorry, girl. It would have to take a monster to eat these memories for me to forget about you. To forget about all of this. Besides, if we know what to look out for, we can consider me on the reconnaissance, but I'm not going to investigate something without going through you. Okay?
He nods at that. Like, there. You have to know that there. I don't have a lot of information on them, but I do know isn't very pretty.
Camille, I've seen some really ugly sides of the world. Believe me. I know this isn't pretty. And any information is better than none.
He nods at that, and you can tell it's more of a subconscious thing, rather than him consciously trying to pull away. But there's a
Mm-hmm.
small tug of his left hand.
Sammy just very gently lets Camille move as he wants, because boy is bedridden.
Yeah, yeah. Kale goes to rub his wrist again, uh, as he's normally um normally he passes it off just as fiddling with his watch, but he doesn't have that right now.
Yep, should I roll insight or something?
Um, roll. You can do insight or perception. If you want, I can even go off of that earlier perception that you made way back when they were held together.
Oh gosh, that's it.
Yeah, I'll go
Oh,
off of that
buddy.
earlier perception.
Yeah,
Um,
please.
yeah, you. It actually takes you a moment to notice it again. It's
Mm-hmm.
very, very slight. And the first time you noticed it, you didn't really have an opportunity to mention it, considering the circumstances. Um, but yeah, since you know what to look for, you can see a very slight discoloration of the skin around his wrists, and that's what he's rubbing at. As he's just, Sammy, I the way I've been able to find out where they've been is just when things are too perfect, too clean, they don't leave behind anything trackable.
The perfect unsolvable mysteries.
He nods. And their best, it would just. No one would even think it's a mystery.
That's what they were trying to do with the poison, wasn't it?
He nods. Like, it's supposed to be. Supposed to be untraceable. Wouldn't. It wouldn't leave any obvious cause of death. But I ended up getting lucky and somehow side effect kicked in, and instead of dying, this happened. And he kind of gestures to himself again. Though, as he finishes his gesture, there is a moment where his hand kind of raises up to his chest before he puts it down.
Well, I, for one, prefer a shrunken detective over a dead one. To not try and make things light of the situation, because being a little kid when you're really not sucks.
Yeah. Been very lightning in some ways.
Sorry, could you say that again?
Yeah, he said it's been very enlightening in some ways. Before he gives you a kind of smile that doesn't quite reach his eyes, is he's just, but hey, I guess Camille doesn't have an ego. I am once again throttled by Avi in the gallery.
There's a very, like, Sam, I side Sammy's size, and he he is looking at you, Camille, and he goes, "You had a really big wake up call, and the fact that you're not invincible. That can really take down a person's everything. It's the trauma." And, it's okay to be different than the way you were before. And I'm not talking about the physical changes. It's okay to not be the same person you were after something this traumatic, and it nearly dying and surviving where someone else didn't. That changes people, Camille. And it's okay to figure out who you are now and look towards the future and try and predict where you are in the future.
Hmm.
Whenever you hum, I get so scared, Fletch.
I'm I am simply just sitting here and poking my boy to give me the words and emotions. Um, let's see. Come on, buddy. Okay. God damn you.
No. Oh no. I don't like that. Fletch, what did the dice? Oh
I
no,
was like,
buddy.
maybe he will give me the words if I do whiz save. Maybe he'll get better. And then he's like, no, I am simply going to roll a 2. And it's like, I hate you so much. Why are you like
I'm
this?
just glad it wasn't a 1,
Yeah,
but at the same time, I'm just buddy. That was a 6.
really? Why could this not be? God, I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you so much, you horrible detective. Uh,
I shake him so much. Just
um, if you want to have Azumi wake up again, you can because Camille is 2 seconds away from pulling out an Uno reverse card on Sammy. So,
I want to hear what he says first.
all right.
And if he, because he's staring at Camille. He's
Yeah, Camille, he he appears to recover as he nods. Like, I suppose that is true. But if we're on the topic of personhood and identities, Sammy, you mentioned not feeling like one. Are well, I'd ask if you were okay, but that's
okay. I need to roll to see if my boy is able to notice topic change. I feel like he would notice the topic change with a 19.
he would. It does seem like Camille. Well, he is genuinely concerned. Um,
Mm-hmm.
like that much is for sure. But yeah, you can tell that he's kind of uh swapping topics 'cause you've you have talked a lot about his issues, but you mentioned also having pretty serious issues, so
Yeah, that's true. But Camille, my brother is going to help me find a therapist. I'm gonna be okay. I yeah, I don't part of me just feels like ink and magic and not someone who there's some concerning stuff that I feel regarding myself, but
and now Camille is
I
reaching
don't
out.
want I don't want to talk about me right now. I want to make sure you're okay.
I I have Shiro and I have a doctor and I have you now. And if you're to help me, especially with something this big and this dangerous, the least I can do is help you too. Oh no. Oh no.
Well, I think
Oh god. That sure
I
is
think
a
he
set of
heard.
rolls.
Yeah. Okay. I think.
Okay.
I think.
Uh,
Okay. Ami,
Oh
do you want
God.
to tell us what those were?
Hi, everybody. Another cameo appearance by your boy.
Someone is about to fucking throttle his younger brother, apparently.
Yeah. Okay. So for the audience, I rolled 3 rolls. The first one, 17, was to see if he woke up, and he did. The second one, the 22, was a perception. Just to make sure he could hear. Don't worry about it. And 25 on deception. To see if he could pretend being asleep up until this moment.
Oh God.
So,
oh. God,
uh,
it sounds like Camille is being very, very genuine right now, but because you have coworker privileges,
fuck.
um, you've seen him do this play before. You,
Sorry, I wasn't muted.
you're
Did
valid.
not unmute on OBS.
Valid. It's fine. But yeah, you are also a horrible little manipulative detective. You can fucking recognize this play from a mile away.
Alright, yeah, you want to know the first thing that's out of his mouth?
Yeah.
Alright, okay, you two are busy conversing with each other, and then all of a sudden you just hear, Camille Christie, you are a fucking idiot!
Gun.
I'm just gonna roll to see if Sammy jumps. No, he doesn't. That was a 22.
Okay, no, this is not going to be the Wiz Savior getting a nat 20 on, buddy. You do not deserve that. Okay. Yeah, Camille definitely jumps and kind of flinches.
Oh.
Sammy, you hear a very slight oh no.
Okay, what did I miss? And like Sammy is immediately kind of pivoting to Azumi because he acknowledges that he is not as perceptive as Azumi is, and he's just like, okay, tell me what's up.
Oh, it's simple, really. He seems to have the same issue that I do.
Oh, so you have mirrors towards each other too. Oh, okay. I'm a lot more concerned, but also this is helpful, but also, huh, huh. Don't mind me having a little existential crisis right here.
I'm so sorry that through your similarities with Camille, you are linked to Azumi.
I'm sorry if you have things in common with Camille, you have things in common with Azumi. That's just how it be. Anyway.
there, there's an undertone. Sammy says this very quietly, but not quiet enough. No wonder my brother likes you.
You get a look from Azumi like, really? Right now?
Kind of like he tries to look innocent, but there's a little shit-eating grin.
You are both very lucky that Camille currently does not have his gadgets and is stuck on bed rest.
You cannot keep pretending that your two identities are separate because they are not.
Oh, so that's what I was picking up earlier. Oh. Oh dear. Okay. Yeah, no, Camille. You're the same person.
Oh god. Oh. Okay, I know how he's reacting. Um, let's hope please, for once, let him be able to deal with this long enough to make some progress. God damn you!
I look away. You didn't type it out. You didn't type it out.
It's too late. I was like, yeah, oh, that sure is a bunch of feelings you're slamming me with. Maybe we can do something to help, and it's just no. Um, as you say that, Camille, he he kind of grips at the bed sheets and he averts his gaze.
You know this is gonna hurt you in the long run, right? Camille, you can't leave yourself into.
Did you know the last time I tried something like this, I got killed?
Come on, buddy, give me words. Come on. Even if it's stupid words, at least you can get yelled at.
And by the gods, whatever one is listening, I sure as hell am not letting that happen to you. You are not making the same goddamn mistakes that I did.
Come on, words. Words. God. No, please. I have my head in my hands. Guys, I
Is
think
he not giving you words, or is it just,
he's he is not giving me words, and he is trying to he's trying to uh pull the plug on this set of emotions, and I'm like, buddy, buddy, now's not the time to shut down.
Uh,
Uh,
would Sammy be able to recognize the fact that Camille is trying to shut down his
yeah,
emotions?
I think so, considering Sammy's whole thing.
Okay. Um, Camille, you are suddenly grabbed by the shoulders, and Sammy is right in front of you, looking you straight in the eye. Don't do that. Do not shut yourself down, Camille. Don't shut down Sam. Don't shut down Camille. Do not shut yourself down. I know these emotions are very overwhelming, bud. But don't make my mistake and turn that into an unhealthy coping mechanism. I had a deity have to unblock my emotions, Camille. So don't go there.
Okay, come on. Let yourself say. Okay. Okay. I can work with this. Okay. He's not going to
Holy
say
shit.
smart things, but he is going to still say things, and I consider that an improvement.
Mm-hmm.
Camille, he's he's kind of just not really. He's still not really fighting back as much as he probably should be at this moment, considering you just grabbed him. Um, and he still can't quite meet your eyes, but you do manage to look past the glasses, and there's there is no light in them. His eyes look hollow as he's just. It's a bit too late for that, I'm afraid.
Oh, shut up, would you?
No. You were not doing this to me. Sammy shakes Camille. You were not shutting down, damn it.
Oh,
Don't have to know what your emotions are. Just let yourself feel them.
Man, okay. Camille takes a shaky breath as he's just very, very softly. I'm sorry.
Will you stop apologizing and just... Azumi rubs a hand against his face and he's just... For fuck's sake, just let yourself cry already.
Oh. If you haven't cried about this, about any of this, it's okay. It's okay to cry, to process, to feel. Don't lock it away.
Just because you have gone through worse doesn't mean that you should. Do you understand? Nobody in their right mind, not me, not you, not anybody, would be alright after going through something that you have.
It's okay to grieve. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to feel guilty too. You can feel ugly, angry, ugly emotions. And it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to be upset that you're here and they're not.
God. Okay. Man. Hypocrites, the lot of them.
Oh, they absolutely are.
God.
This court, Sammy's not as hypocritical because he has grieved for his family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, Camille has broken down before. He's. I don't like the lore that he is currently giving me. Because usually his breakdowns are not accompanied with tears. It's just wallowing for a few days before he goes back to being Camille. Which isn't exactly the best coping mechanism, but hey, he did cry once, I guess. Okay.
What the fuck, Camille?
I'm shaking him. I don't know.
How
He's
to tell you in the middle of his FPS.
Why is he giving me this now? Ah, okay, okay, okay. And with that, I think, I don't know, he's not, I'm poking him, I'm prodding him with a stick. He's not crying. I'm whacking him with a stick. He's not crying. However, with a 19, he will at least admit things out loud, which is a start.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, Why are you like this, child? When did this happen? You're just supposed to be he who detective, okay. Um, yeah,
It's never like that.
yeah. God, Camille, he just, he kind of just slumps and, um, brings his arms in a bit closer as okay, wait, what were you going to say? You gave me the words. You can't take them back. Uh man. Okay, there they are. I've dragged them out of his horrible little baby hands. I I let myself break. There's a chance I won't be able to get back up again.
Then we'll carry you.
Quite literally, if we have to.
Azumi!
He's pissed off! I can't hold him back!
Oh god. Uh Camille's just he's he's having a time. Is he's just I I have to keep on going or else
No, you don't!
Thing about having people in the know who can help is that you can rest. You don't have to do everything by yourself anymore.
When was the last time you got a good night's sleep, Camille?
Also, if you're not taking care of yourself, if you don't let yourself break, then eventually you're going to break anyways, and it's going to be a lot worse than it is now. Besides, it's better you break with us than somewhere where we can't help you.
I could choose violence.
You could. I would throttle you, but you could.
Because part of him wants to make a horrible little joke right now, even though it's immediately gonna get him yelled at.
Oh, it absolutely would. I hold an angry detective older brother.
Uh, okay, let's. Do you say that you do? You do. He, um, looks over at Azumi and, you can tell that he's trying to lighten things up a little bit as he's just Before or after I got hospitalized?
You're getting scruffed.
Let's go of Camille so Azumi
Scruff
can
times
scruff.
2. uh,
Oh god, what were the words?
Camille, you're getting a very unimpressed look from Sammy.
uh,
The cracks have been forming in your mask far longer than you would believe.
Leave him because he's a lot better at this than I am. Besides, there's a reflection of physical health that is reflected in mental health. If you don't make time to take care of yourself physically and mentally, eventually your body and mind will make you rest. And it's not going to be fun. Not that it's going to be fun initially, but it would be worse. Is what I'm trying to say.
and I shake this boy. Um, he's. I'm looking directly at the fact that he uses his hat to hide his eye bags, but that's not really gonna fool either of you now, is it?
Nope, we've
No!
both seen through it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and yeah, like you both do notice, like he is currently still wearing his hat. You both do notice how the illusion version of him, the full tune one, also it does not have the eye bags, and it's a lot less pale because Camille's probably a bit pale from blood loss. It's fine. Um, yeah, yeah, Sammy, you are making a very good point right now. uh,
The unimpressed look gets more unimpressed. Camille,
You. Oh.
you go.
No, that's something Arata would say. Hang on.
oh, someone's trying to sneak in early.
Yeah, which is really in character for him, but anyway. Go ahead, Mira.
Sammy looks at Camille, and first, I'm actually gonna do a thing. Gotta make sure this modifier is right. Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Sammy very quickly swipes the hat away from Camille's head. And then goes, Camille, stop hiding the fact that you are not okay.
Because you're not hiding it from the rest of us, you're hiding it from yourself as well. The farther you go on ignoring this, pretending it doesn't exist, the more and more it will consume you. Do you understand?
he nods.
He's still scrubbing him, I just realized.
I know. You just tilt your hand to force him to look at you. uh, he's just No, I'm going to start taking better care of myself.
You are not admitting defeat. You are admitting that you have an issue and you are going to strive to do better. Do you understand?
Taking care of yourself isn't a loss, Camille. You can't fill another person's cup, if your cup is empty. First rule of first aid. You can't help anyone else before you help yourself.
Come on, little buddy.
I pray, and I hope, and I
God.
pray again.
Yeah, you and me both. I have lost control of the boy. Let's see. Can I strong arm you into admitting? Or are you just gonna... Okay. 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 I can work with that.
Oh,
Uh... And he... kind of... He doesn't have a lot of freedom considering he's still scruffed, but, he does pull in on himself a little more as he's just feels like admitting defeat.
Trust me, Camille. It's not. It's okay to admit that you're not okay.
do you know how many people have run themselves into the ground because they didn't? How many are in the ground because of it?
Wouldn't have been a problem if I were still 16.
Oh, shut up. You would still. You are 16. That is your issue. You are treating yourself as if you are not. You are 16. And either way, you are still a child. You understand that nobody should have to go through this.
And running yourself into the ground, trying to fix something. You do know that you don't have to punish yourself for this, right?
He nods at that. Um, okay. Uh, why do you have to get worse when people are right? Why does it have to be like that? I
Because
want...
he hates being wrong?
I guess. You motherfucker. I have my head in my hands. I have my
He
head
could shake him. He could shake him!
Do it. Do it.
What does he say, though?
I... Okay. Okay, what you gonna do? I don't think he says anything. He's at least not trying to, he's at least not trying to shut down, but he kind of just looks, let's say miserable.
You get shaken.
Oh. Uh, he probably makes a noise upon being shaken, because that is his whole him. That is his he.
I will say lightly shaken because Bonk is conquest, but
Yeah.
that is your whole he.
That is his whole he.
Oh god, what were you gonna say, Azumi? Every single time! You cannot treat Sam Layton and Camille Christie are separate. Do you understand? That is because they are both you. They're just extensions of you. But that does not make them separate. That does not make them completely different people.
They're both you. Different sides, different facets. One gem.
The thing I almost spoke into existence.
Fear?
Okay.
Fletch, do I need to like reach through the screen and strangle you? Because I will.
I almost said like, hey guys, what if Camille got a nat 1? He did not, cause I did not say it. If I did say it, thing
Is
that
it
is
workable at least?
that is a different issue entirely, but it wasn't a nat 1.
Okay.
Oh. Hey, a 10 is arguably not a fail.
It is
In
arguably not a fail, but you are both going at his issue with a sledgehammer.
I hold up an angry detective. Please let me know when to push back. Or when to
No,
hold back, sorry.
no, you're good. You're good. He needs to hear it, I think. Me trying to navigate Camille's issues and realizing, God, there's no way past these without breaking down a wall, apparently.
It's time
Uh,
for some renovations.
yeah, yeah. And he's just very. He's kind of just giving himself a hug right now. Um, and though his brain can't really put together the words because bonkus conkus, but he kind of looks scared.
it's okay to have both sides of you be the same person. I said this earlier, it's okay to have changed and not be the same Sam Layton you were before. It's okay to have Camille Christie be a part of you.
And he'll just he God, are you really gonna do this? Are you really gonna do this? Uh. 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 I mean, I guess that's better than not saying anything, but kid, you're just gonna. Okay. Uh. You hear me arguing with my own character. uh. Okay. So, I'm trying to figure things out, but he kind of um pauses after a moment and seems to be uh looking over himself before he's just I think I might be having a panic attack.
Camille.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, and as he says that, yeah, his hands are very much trembly and yeah, it's pretty obvious to see that he is in fact having a panic attack.
You are gently set back down in the bed, and Azumi says, "Satomi, make sure you comfort him. I'm going to grab some food and water."
Okay. All right. Oh, how did Sammy's like kind of starting to mutter like about under his breath. Okay, how do you calm someone underneath from a panic attack? And he kind of well, he's gonna pull out from his hammer space. He does pull out from his hammer space a small chunk of ice and kind of hands it to Camille. He's like, "This might help at least get your bearings a tiny bit, but I want you to breathe in and then breathe out." And he is gonna count on the breathing in and out so Camille can start regulating his breathing a little bit, maybe using the ice, the very cold temperature of. Oh, wow, that's ice. You're holding ice. To
Yeah.
help with this panic attack and help kind of bring him back to the fact that, oh, hey, you do have a body. You are experiencing things. If that was part of the panic attackness.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
And back to the void I go for now.
All right. I hold you so very gently. Thank you for yelling at my boy. Um, let's see. Let's see. I guess it would be another whiz save to see how well he calms down.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's good enough, I think, probably.
Yeah, I think a 14 would be good.
Yeah. It does take him a bit, but like as he's kind of as he's kind of clutching onto the ice and um following along with Sammy, um hmm, I could be You want to make an insight actually?
Oh, Sammy, please don't pick
'Cause he
this up.
does. Okay, that's a nat 20. Um yeah, you let's see. How do I flavor this? 'Cause he has sort of a thing with trying to follow along a rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and he is, as you see him focus on you and try to um, breathe in and out, he's not doing it to your counts, uh, but he is doing, let's see, can you do it well? Uh, I'd say that's probably good enough considering what you're going through, buddy. He's pretty obviously following along some sort of tempo, but it's not the one you're currently counting out. And
Mm-hmm.
every so often when he does uh break out of it a bit, there's a bit of a flinch before he goes back to that tempo. Because apparently he's even bullied for this. It's fine. Yeah, he unfortunately has no rhythm.
Ain't got rhythm.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. It does seem to be working at least.
Sammy very much relaxes from the kind of concerned lilac color and into something that's more of a calm peach color as he kind of heaves a sigh of relief and then he um he kind of makes a note of the fact that he's kind of following a different pattern uh than what Sammy was setting, but he also recognizes the fact that it's helping, and he doesn't really want to pry with Camille being so fragile right now.
Yeah.
And he just goes, "Do you feel better?"
And he's kind of moving the ice around in his hands. As the breathing becomes more of a subconscious thing, it still sticks to that tempo that was set before. Though he is flinching less as it's become more of a subconscious thing and easier to follow along. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just like, I think so. I mean, my hands aren't shaking anymore, and I think my heart's starting to go back to normal pace.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, and here, 20 insight. He is only describing the physical symptoms of a panic attack.
Mm-hmm. You really can't figure out your own emotions sometimes, huh?
He shakes his head like, not a recent thing. Um, I was kind of just like this.
Well, emotions are hard. They often don't tend to follow logic. But I'm glad that it's feeling better for you.
He gives you another nod. And I will say part of it does seem like he's kind of taking your word for it. It's um I didn't believe that people did uh just feel things and know what they're feeling.
A lot of people do, but people don't. It can make self introspective introspective no introspect Introspection. Thank you.
I pat you.
Like, it was that, like, the in
Yeah.
part that was throwing me off, and I was wanting to. It can make that hard when you can't realize what you're actually feeling.
Nods.
Man, Sammy's just really worried about Camille, and he doesn't know what else to say because he and Azumi said a lot.
Yeah.
And then it culminated into Camille having a panic attack.
Apparently, like, I did not expect it to become that. Uh, I was just like, okay, how are we going to do this? And suddenly I'm hit with the wave of anxiety and nausea. It's like, oh, so that's how it is. Also, if you want to have Azumi come back, you can. No, you're good.
If Avi, if you do come back with Azumi having hospital food, I do have a little gag that Sammy could do.
uh,
I was gonna have him say something hilarious, or I hope it's hilarious because I think Camille needs a laugh.
Yes, do it.
Uh, um, they the door opens again and closes behind Azumi. And as he enters, he looks positively dejected. And he's holding a tray of hospital food, and he says, "Well, unfortunately, they did not have anything better than this." And yeah, it's hospital food.
it's consider it is censored from the camera. Like the dubious food.
Sammy takes one look of that and goes, and pulls out from his hospital gown sleeve a picnic basket. No, we are not having him eat that. And
Camille
he
is looking over like, you had that the whole time?
I forgot it was in there until I saw that abomination, okay?
Azumi, there's probably like a trash can in here somewhere, probably. Azumi just throws the entire tray into the trash.
Amazing.
I
Anquil's
am
gone to
imagining
him.
I imagine that there's like a kind of cartoon nuclear mushroom cloud that like comes up from the trash can where it was thrown away.
Yeah, Camille's just looking at like, now that's a poisonous creature.
Anyways, Sammy opens up the picnic basket.
Question.
Yeah.
Would Azumi have heard the bit about Camille being poisoned?
That was early on. I don't think he would.
So Azumi just does not have context for that.
He kind of just looks over like, what?
Sammy's like snorting as he pulls open the picnic basket and goes digging. And it's interesting, the basket is like definitely bigger on the inside.
Toon logic.
Toon logic, beloved.
You hear clinking of glasses as he pulls out like 3 glasses, like actual glasses, and a glass pitcher of lemonade. And then he goes digging again and pulls out a pile of sandwiches. What's Camille's favorite sandwich?
I hmm. I have not considered that. Fuck it, let's say like chicken salad or something.
All right, a huge piled high plate full of chicken salad sandwiches gets
uh,
pulled out.
um, Camille is he's got a bit of a smile on his face as he's just can't believe you had that this whole time.
Look, I can't believe I forgot it either, okay?
I can't believe you forgot it. Are we
Look,
all in
when it's
disbelief now? Are we good?
look, when it's in your hammer space, you kind of forget that you have things, okay?
Object permanence doesn't exist with tunes. I see.
There is like a sheepish mumble as Sammy hands over the plate of sandwiches.
uh, let's see, whose side is Camille gonna take? Okay. uh, he's just gonna have a little. You both know that this is a bullshit smile now because you know he's not actually 6, but he has a perfect little kid smile on his face as he's just like, yeah, why do you think I write everything down?
Sammy snorts again.
I think Azumi's got that mischievous smile on his face, and he does that older brother thing, and where he pushes the hat down over Camille's eyes.
Oh. Camille lets out a little indignant squeak and tilts the hat back up with a light-hearted glare at Azumi.
Sammy sees all of this and has to bite back words because, they're siblings. But he also kind of has a feeling that Azumi would try and murder him if he actually pointed it out right now.
I look away.
So he's just gonna keep quiet.
I think, like, as Camille looks back up at him, he just goes, Azumi says, better?
It's. I'm going to make one last roll, and I swear to every single being out there that this better
Positive
be
energy!
good.
He's
Please, dice, please!
manifesting!
Please!
You know, it's not a fail, and I'm gonna consider that okay.
A 15 is great considering what
What?
he's been rolling in the past.
Yeah, and Camille, he tilts his head after a moment, like, he does take a moment to think for a bit, cause he did just have a panic attack over the fact that, Sam and Camille might be the same person, and that's very concerning to him. Um, but, you know, it's fine. He tilts his head and is, after moments of consideration, is just like, maybe not okay, but better.
And that's a start.
Yeah.
And he's going to hand you a glass of water.
Camille is going to take that. Um, realize he's still holding the ice, and he's not quite sure what to do with it.
Put the ice in the cup. Put the ice in the glass.
Okay, I'm gonna. Okay. Yeah, he puts the ice in the glass with a shrug and just sips.
If Azumi was a toon, there would be question marks over his head.
Well,
Sammy just kind of nods a little bit, like, yeah, ice goes in water. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
He's just like, he looks over to Sammy like, what? Why was he holding ice?
Ice helps with panic attacks and stuff, I think. You gotta shock the system so you can kind of get a hold of not freaking out.
Oh, okay.
So, like, a lemon, something pretty warm, though not burning, or ice works pretty good.
Azumi casually making mental notes of this for future reference.
Hold Azumi soft.
he is so very good. I mean, hey, it's useful.
Yeah.
Probably eating now. Is he tries to do a thing, but Ponkus is a conkus, so
Yeah.
he's kind of just ruminating on the past bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think. I think Azumi kind of just sighs and he says, I think that's enough prodding for now, but we don't actually have to solve this issue right away. Can you at least admit that there is an issue?
He nods at that. He does have a bit of a sour expression on his face as he's just like, I really would like to know why.
Why? What?
And he's just, why it have uh and he kind of makes a vague gesture, a panic attack.
Because you're confronting something that you're scared of.
Because you probably don't want the fact that Camille is also a part of you.
I don't want to ruin the fluff. I'm not gonna have him roll again. I know that's only going to result in more violence.
No, it absolutely will.
The dice have not been kind.
Yeah, Camille kind of just makes a humming noise, but doesn't really say anything one way or the other as he takes another bite out of his sandwich.
This probably is something best to be ruminated on yourself when you don't have the repercussions of defenestrating yourself out a window.
I told you, there was scientific backing.
Oh, I would love to hear it.
Just because there was scientific backing does not mean there weren't consequences.
It's in high stress scenarios, people tend to. Adrenaline helps people cast magic at a level they wouldn't normally be capable of otherwise. And.
But you still had surgery! And you also bonked your head! You have consequences! Live with them! And also let yourself packing recover!
I don't think I exactly have a choice in the matter, Sammy. He's kind of got a exasperated smile on his face.
Sammy just points at Camille and goes, you kind of do have a choice in letting yourself rest or not, but there are going to be people who are very disappointed at the fact that you were. Take care of yourself. Okay?
Yeah, if I didn't, I'm pretty sure I would have a very sad doctor on my hands.
And our sad friends.
Azumi looks away. I'm going to say probably because I'm not going to roleplay this out. But Azumi's probably bet inmate.
Probably. You know that inmate kind of had. Do I dare want to say what I said earlier on recording?
I dare you.
Okay. Azumi knows inmate has poor little meow meow energies.
He does. They do. He knows they do.
I
I hold the good
diagnose you
doctor
with poor
very
little meow
soft.
meow.
I hold the good doctor very soft.
Yeah. It's fine. And he kind of just has this little snort like, I knew someone who would jump out of windows a lot or come in through them. Tommy, it is a lot harder than it looks.
Sammy just rubs his face.
Yeah, Camille is definitely thinking of a certain detective with a tendency to come in through the window.
Azumi's thinking of a certain phantom thief.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of people in their lives that come in through windows.
Yep.
Uh, but yeah, I think that's probably a good place to end it. We finally got some softs.
Oh, I should roll stealth to see if Sammy can sneak back into his room.
Oh.
Let's see how well this goes. Oh, really good.
Very well.
Very well. He's able to sneak back into his room with no repercussions. No one realized that he was missing for an extended period of time.
No consequences.
Pure tutored fashion.
Yeah. I look away from the amount of yelling from that.
To be fair, that was Azumi.
Yeah.
That was mostly oh goodness.
Man, I hold Camille so soft, but Sammy is so tired.
Understandable. Camille is tired. I bet
I feel
Azumi's
like
tired.
Yeah, he's probably hang on. Ah!
Did he crash? Did he fall back
Yes.
asleep? Yeah.
Yes.
Sammy, definitely. I'm not even rolling for it. Like when he gets back to his room, he just kind of face plants and is out. Which is probably why Arana then goes to visit Camille later on the FPS tomorrow.
It's later today.
Yeah.
Wait, it is later today.
Technically it is. All right. Yeah, it's fine. We can let's end here with sandwiches and some softness and someone finally admitting he has a problem and realizing he has a problem. Uh but yeah, thank you all for listening. This sure was a ride.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Oh, this
Um,
was certainly a ride.
I apologize for crashing the FPS again.
Oh no, you helped a lot.
Yeah, I think that listen, if he didn't crash when he did, Camille would have been able to pull his bullshit again.
Yep.
That is fair.
Alright.
Because Sammy cannot do it alone.
Yeah, exactly. Getting help. We're all learning that getting help is good.
Yes.
Alright, let's sign off.
Alright. Thank you all for listening. I hope that
Bye.
both now and future audiences. Bye.